light first.
Whoa.
Hi
Mine
guys!
is really light and mine's not.
What, my screen? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
What, I've got something on it. Hi!
Right, should we
Hello.
tag? Should we tag?
Right, yeah. We're in.
What's that button?
I might tag you.
Yeah, go for it. Don't tag me, I'm here.
I'll tag you.
Hey guys, hope you're okay. Right. We
Oh,
are.
no, I didn't mean to tag. Sorry.
I'm not doing no tagging.
Bomb.
No, I'm just going to wait.
Stopped.
So we are. Laura's in Team Sense, I'm in group with Sparkle, and Lisa's in Sense Squad. So we are doing this across 3 phones.
Phones.
I've got 3 iPhones. We're live in 3 groups.
So we're like, oh no, I'm like now, and you're not. That's weird.
It's because of the...
We need like a sound. We need like an IT person. Oh, that is
So, I hope we're all good.
Hope you're all good. Yeah, as you can see, we are live from Casa Caravan Sawkins.
Caravan.
Casa Caravan. We've eaten enough food tonight to feed probably all of you across all these groups.
Struggling a little bit here, not gonna lie.
Beautiful. The nice jeans have come off, and the comfy joggers have come on.
Yeah, we're living the caravan life at its best.
We threw a Zoom out tonight. We were going to do a Zoom, but we realised school go error, didn't charge up this. And we thought, do you know what, let's just go live across all the groups. It'd be a good giggle
We
to
just thought it'd be easier.
go live together, all of us together.
Right.
So,
Yes, so we fully know that like it's Love Island time and we're eating into that. So we did
I'm thinking lots of people on Team Sense watch Love Island.
so we did plan to be on a bit earlier, but we did go for dinner. We did a bit of networking and we're going to talk about that tonight. But yeah, so we're a little bit later than we anticipated, but we thought we can still come on and we're going to give you some top networking tips.
we are. So, we decided this week that we're going to talk about networking because we thought that actually part of, for you to get on the boat, this was something I actually watched. Owen said, I can't see Laura Bones. Is that true?
Bones, Laura Bones.
Oh, I've just got to tell you a really funny story actually.
I'm here
talking
though.
about talking about getting the names wrong. So I did the training in the American training yesterday. Somebody American has commented to put, really loved your training, Lisa. So apparently we're morphing into the
No
same
worries.
person now.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so we decided tonight we're going to talk about networking and how that's going to help you get on the boat, how that's going to help you recruit, how that's going to help you basically build your businesses because you need to be networking. And this was something that you said yesterday, it's something that came up in Jessie Lee's training. If you've watched the Jessie Lee training that I shared it in my group. I think, girls, you've also shared it. I think it is, if not shared it, I will.
Yeah.
It is absolute gold, and it's probably given me at least 10 weeks worth of training content. And one of the things that came up was where she said you need to be networking to a bigger audience all the time. If you're only networking to the same people every single time, those people basically are the only people that are going to see what you're doing. So, for example, I don't know, if you go live in your closed customer group every single week, then and that group's got 400 people in it. Yes, you're going live to 400 people, but no one outside that group is going to actually know that you sell Scentsy, that you sell this amazing product. So tonight we sort of wanted to talk to you about some of the things that we do regularly, probably without even realising that we do it. Like it happened tonight at our dinner table, for example, which we will talk about. And that literally happened naturally. It just literally happened off the cuff. It was completely natural. It wasn't planned. It wasn't something that we set out to do, but it's something that naturally happens. And this is something that you guys need to get your brains in tune with, to think, actually, I need to do this. I need to be like in tune with this networking vibe and to be going for it. So if you're only talking to a closed group, basically, if you're only talking to your customer group about Scentsy and that's closed, it's only going to be your customer group that you're telling, as I say, that you sell wax and warmers, that you've got a borrow bag, that you are looking for a team. And if your group is small as well, and you've maybe got a group of, 100, for example, amazing, but at the same time, it's only 100 people that you're going to be getting up to. You've got to be, broadcasting across more platforms, but not just in social media. This is more about actually in
networking.
Person.
Yeah.
Okay, networking.
Because there's a really, really vital fact to remember here. This business is network marketing. So many people come in and they focus on the marketing part, and the actual part that's going to grow your business is the networking part. You have to remember you are a network marketer. Social media is amazing, marketing's amazing, but this here, your voice, you, your personality, and you, the person that you are, that is what is going to grow your business, and it's the networking that we need to talk about outside of social media.
Is that back to me? Yeah, so just an example, in the last few weeks. So I think I said to Laura, I need to be talking to more people. Like when I very first started selling Scentsy, I was doing parties all the time. I literally built my business on partying. So I was probably having a party with at least 10 people a week. They were all new people, not necessarily, or maybe one of them was my customer, and 9 of those people that were within that room I didn't know. So I was getting new mobile numbers, new email addresses. So that's something where I need to build. I need to get partying again because, and I've said that this week on some lives that I've done, I've been like, I need to get partying again because it's an easy way to network and actually get your name out there to 10 people in one hit, and then hopefully one of them will say, do you know what, I'll have a party, or I'll have that, I'll do that, and you can now come and see all of my friends.
It's the quickest and easiest way, isn't it, to network?
Obviously. Siri doesn't understand networking, clearly.
Siri doesn't understand networking.
Yeah, it's a really quick and easy way to get your name out there to like 10 people in one hit. It really, really is. So for example, this is just one thing that I've done in the last few weeks. So I was having a bit of a brave day, and it wasn't even intentional. I went into River Island.
That's amazing.
Booked 3 in-person parties in the last couple of days.
Love that.
Amazing.
I went into River Island the other week, and I was going to find something to wear to Sarah Kaywood's party. I was like, right, I'm going to go and find something to wear for Sarah Kaywood's party. And I'd found a top that I wanted in blue water. Didn't buy it because the kids were being brats and they were running around like crazy kids. So I was like, no, I'll just get what they need. I'm not going to get what I need and leave it as that. So I left blue water empty-handed. Thought, I must be able to get that in Basildon. Got into the store, they didn't have it. Didn't have hardly anything actually. So I said to the girl at the front, do you have this top? Showed her on my phone. Actually, I couldn't get a network. So she said, look, if you go outside, you'll be able to get network and come back in, show me, and I'll see if I can find it. So I did exactly that. She then stood there, we got chatting, we got talking, and just literally, I just braved it and said, look, I know this is like really random, you're going to think I'm some absolutely crazy lady. I think you'd be bloody, I think you'd be bloody brilliant at selling a product called Scentsy. I said, have you heard of it? And she was like, is it a bit like FM? And I said, yeah, a bit like FM, a bit on them sort of lines. It's the same sort of setup, but it's not candles, it's this, it's that, and explained a little bit about what it was. And she was like, oh my God, okay. And I said to her, look, would you mind if I said, I'm actually Scentsy naked, couldn't believe it. Of all the times to go out Scentsy naked, don't ever do it. I didn't have anything with me, not a business card, nothing. So I said, would you mind if I take your contact details? So she literally searched herself on Facebook. I found her on Facebook, added her as a friend on Facebook. I sent her a message when I got home. I didn't do it straight away because I thought that looked a little bit keen. And I sent it when I got home. Just sent her a little message and I said, hey, you probably think I'm an absolute nutcase. I did actually put that. But I think you'd be absolutely brilliant at selling Scentsy. And she said, look, she added me as a friend on Facebook and she said, look, I'll give it a thought. Leave it with me, I'm going to have a little think about it. I haven't gone back to her yet, but she's on my list to follow up with. Straight away, that's a new person. If she says no to join, not a problem. Let me get you a sample pack. I'd love to send you some free samples. More than likely she's going to buy. She might have a party for me. She's actually from Upminster, so she's not local to me. So that's another area that I could tap into and tap into her network, and I didn't know her. The idea of networking isn't necessarily tapping into your friends and family. This was something that Jessie Lee said that struck a bit of a chord with me. I've always thought friends and family, that's your starting point, friends and family. But actually it's about finding people that you don't know already, and then tapping into their network. That's where the gold's going to be, because their network is going to be people that you don't know, probably haven't heard of Scentsy, and more than likely your friends don't know either, your teammates don't know either, unless you're me and Laura, obviously we know a lot of the same people, but honestly, on a serious level, if you can find, it's getting into that cold market, exactly that. You don't just want to be on that warm market all the time, because let's be honest, like Jessie Lee said, you want to be invited to dinner at Christmas, and if they think that you're going to be that person that is literally just spouting Scentsy 24/7, you're not going to get invited to dinner.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's true. And the thing is, do you know how many times, like, we've been in this business a long time, now the amount of times that people say, oh, I couldn't do what you do because I don't know anybody, I don't know enough people. It's actually got zero to do with the people that you know now. It doesn't matter how many people you know. Like, it doesn't matter how many Instagram followers you've got when you started. It doesn't matter how many. All that is irrelevant. It's about growing and it's about meeting new people. Every single day you get up, every single stranger when you go out into the world, and we can go out into the world again now, is a friend you haven't met yet, is a potential customer, is a potential teammate. And that doesn't mean you have to be like spammer, that's a Lisa Rollwood term, a spamming.
Jessie Lee said that in her
Did she?
live training. I was like, oh, she's nicked my words.
And what's Cal just written? I said that for 3 years. What did you say, Cal? Spammer? No, I can't remember. What did you say? Tell me what you said. I can't think what quote you said for 3 years. You didn't join basically for 3 years. You said no for 3 years. Is that what you mean? And then you joined.
Oh.
But I've lost my train. Yeah, so it's not. Sorry. Yeah, you don't. No, I think I know what she means. It's not about the people. You said that for 3 years, that you don't know enough people. Like you don't know. But it's not about the people that you know now. It's about the people that you need to get to know.
Yeah.
Exactly like. And I know we've used this. No friends. You have got lots of friends. Lots of amazing friends. But yeah. But Kel actually is a perfect example. Like Kel did have that objection in her head, but now she's joined and realised actually how network marketing works. She's now meeting new connections and meeting new people and asking for referrals and getting her friends to refer people to her and speaking to mums at the school and stuff like that. So if you want to grow in this business, you have to understand and get comfortable with feeling a little bit uncomfortable, because that is the only way you grow. Every amazing thing in life is on the other side of that moment of bravery, that moment of I'm going to but also you need to get that it doesn't have to be pushy. It doesn't have to be like awkward or icky. Like it's just you need to fall in love with this business so much that you just talk about it without even realising it. So shall I give some examples of like?
I was just going to say that as well. The whole thing about being comfortable with getting uncomfortable. You have to put the shoe on the other foot of how you would feel. If somebody came over to me and said, oh, do you know what? I think that if I worked in a shop or whatever, and your service is amazing, I would love for you to have a look at this. I wouldn't be like, oh, God. I would be like, oh, my God, they think I'm amazing. That's great. Yes, I'll have something for free. Bring it on. Give me something for free. If I use it or not is another matter. But don't feel awkward about offering something to somebody when you've said to them, I think you would be amazing at this. Because you're paying somebody a massive compliment that might have totally made their day, and they might take that pack and then they might go away and it's sown a seed in their mind. They might not join straight away, but like Lisa said, they might join in the future, or they might become a customer that will open up a whole new network, and that is the whole thing of networking. And Lindsay's actually just said, Debbie Lodge, if you're watching, she handed out 11 sample packs at Base Jump yesterday. Now, that's network marketing at its best. She's made up these sample packs and she knows she's going somewhere where she's going to get the opportunity to meet a whole heap of new people, and she might not necessarily have had 11 separate conversations, but she's gone over to people and said, would you like one of these? And even if only 3 of those people actually look at that pack and look through it, and one of those people gets back to her, that's one person that she didn't know before she went to Base Jump that is then going to turn into a customer or a potential teamie, and that's what network marketing is.
Oh, so it said at dinner about how it didn't come natural to you in the beginning.
Yeah, oh my God, like completely. To me, doing something like this, this totally wasn't me as a person at all. And sorry, I'm like,
I'm alright.
I'll move out.
And it, like, totally for me, it's not the type of thing that as a person I would ever think that I would do. But like Laura said, good things come after something difficult. Like, if you think about anything in life, like giving birth, like it's the hardest thing you'll go through in your life, but you get something wonderful. I mean, they're a pain in the bum a lot of the time, but you get something wonderful at the end. Everything in life that is
learning to drive.
Yeah, learning to drive, but yeah, like learning to walk when you're a kid, learning to talk, like passing, yeah, everything. All the things that require a bit of hard work and require a little bit of feeling uncomfortable, then can bring you something amazing. So if you want to grow in this business, you have to do something out of your comfort zone. And it is something for me that in the beginning I thought, oh my God. But equally, if I put the shoe on the other foot and somebody said to me, I think you're wonderful, like, will you take one of these? Because I would love to have you part of my business. To me, I'd go, oh my God, somebody thinks I'm wonderful. And you can make somebody's day by giving them that pack. So as long as you always have one of these on you, which we've all just said we're very guilty of occasionally not doing. I was at my kiddie's swimming lessons this week and I started chatting to her mum, literally just talking to her. I just thought, oh my God, you're lovely and like you would be amazing. And I thought I literally have nothing with me. And I kicked myself for not having anything with me. But actually I know I'll see her again on Monday. So I'm going to go armed with a pack and I will then give that pack to her. Whether she'll turn into a teamie, I don't know, but she might turn into a customer. But even if not, it's just a conversation that I've got it out to her and she might then in turn pass it on to somebody else. So you have to always be thinking, like the girl said, we're in network marketing and we all comfortably market, but we don't all comfortably network, and you need to put the shoe on the other foot and become more comfortable with that part of it, because that's a huge part of the business model alongside the marketing part of it.
And also, it's like people, like, when I shared, we're all going to give a few examples now of like how we've networked in the last few weeks, but when I shared a picture the other day of how I'd networked with a waitress in a hotel, and this is just one example of people saying like, oh, I don't know how you do that, I would be too nervous, I would be, you know, what would people think? It comes back to that thing of, you've got to stop worrying about what other people think, because honestly, let's be honest, like, and I genuinely mean this, like, who wants to be normal? Who wants to be like everyone else? If you make somebody's day, you make somebody smile by doing something a little bit outside of the norm, by telling them they've got a nice dress on, or their hair looks nice, or you've given me really good service, would you be, like, who wants to be normal? Like, all the best people are not. Like, let me just tell you. So, honestly, you need to stop worrying. All you're doing is asking them a question, or asking them if they've heard about Scentsy, or, you know, you're not asking them to give you £1 million or to sell you their soul, or give blood, or whatever.
And
do you know
equally,
what I mean?
you might worry that someone's judging you, but you're not going to worry when you've got yourself on that cruise.
Yeah,
You're not going to go, oh my God, those 5 people judged me when I offered them an opportunity pack.
Or
you'll be thinking, woohoo, those other 5 people said yes, and now I'm on a cruise. Do you know what I mean?
you've made like the best friendships ever, or you've grown your business, or you've made them the best relationships, or you've had a quote again. I know we use a lot of Jessie Lee Ward, but she's amazing. She shared something on Instagram, and I actually commented on her thing the other day, tagged these girls, and then Jessie Lee's actually commented on it today, and she basically said, I need to get this right, network marketing is basically personal development on steroids with a compensation plan attached. Okay?
So true.
Basically, this business is to help you grow as a person, and then the income is secondary. And honestly and truly, that is, and I'm sure the girls would agree, that is the biggest thing for me. Growing as a person, stepping out of your comfort zone, that is where the magic is going to happen in your business. Okay, do you want to do some examples?
Well, look at tonight, for example. So tonight we've just been for dinner. We have ate probably one of the biggest meals I think I've eaten in a really long time.
Kel's been there.
The portions were insane. Like,
We went to the smokehouse.
there was this massive, if you watch our stories, massive biker event going on, and we were like, what is going on? Like, where has Laura brought us?
500 motorbikes.
But had the most amazing food. I had to ask the guy, and to be fair, if my phone cuts out, guys, I will friendly this. I've got really low battery because obviously I've used the phone today. So I asked the guy, I said, look, can you put my phone on charge? He was like, shut up, Siri. He was like, yeah, no worries. Off he went, he put our phone on charge.
Been there as well.
He come back and he was just chatting to us, wasn't he?
He was really chatting.
He was really chatting. It started off with like, he was like, oh, so are you girls from like round here? He was only young, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And then straight away he sort of said, oh, so what do you do? He led that conversation. He asked us what we did. And we sort of told him, and he was like,
He
really
probably saw
interested.
that we're having the time of our life.
We also was like, I think I said something to him like, do you know that your portions are like...
No, you
like,
said to him,
I said I feel really
you said,
bad.
Can you tell the chef we love the food, but we're literally full
We
after
literally
the
can't
starters.
eat anymore. I always feel really bad when you've got to send a plate back with loads of food on it. So when he was like, yeah, he went the plate... He told us that he did like man versus food
man versus
competitions. So straight away, we literally just
Told him he
from
was vegan.
one line, we learned quite a lot about him in a really short space of time. But from one line of, can you please let the chef know? And he was like, yeah, I know. Just through having a conversation with him, and that was with no intention.
No,
to tell him
like
what we
nothing
did
to
for a living.
do with It was never to do with Scentsy.
We didn't go out
with
with
a conversation.
We didn't go out with our Scentsy t-shirts on or anything like that, but it led to a conversation. He asked what we did. Laura then explained. Laura took his contact details and she's going to send him something for his car because he gave us really good service.
I had a business card, that was all I had on me, and I said, like, we explained what it was, and I went, do you drive? And he was like, yeah. I said, right, I'd like to send you something to make your car smell nice. So I got my phone up and I got Facebook. And I will just say, guys, the first time you do this, I get this is the bravery bit. But honestly, people do it. Like, it's fine. So I'd given him a business card, explained what we did. And then I was like, right, are you on Facebook? He was like, yeah. I was like, got my Facebook up. I was like, type your name in there. I'm going to send you a friend request. I'm going to send you something nice to make your car smell nice because you've given us good customer service, so we want to repay you. And he was like, oh,
thanks.
Yeah, cheers. And he did it.
You gave him also a really healthy tip as well, but he deserved it because, he could have turned around and said, no, sorry, I don't have a phone charger. He took my phone out into the kitchen, he put it on charge. I took my charger admittedly, and I knew I was going to have to ask for that because there was no way I was going to not have any charge. But that led to other conversations just through having those conversations. I mean, look at all the people that you've met on this caravan site, they all know
They all know
that
about
Laura
Scentsy.
is a Scentsy
But the
consultant.
thing is, I bet none of those conversations started with, oh,
No,
hi, I'm
I'm a
Laura, I do
consultant.
Scentsy.
No,
Like,
what
it
happened
doesn't.
was, so I'm just gonna like give you a few examples now. So like they said, like the girl said, like when I got this caravan, I didn't walk here on the first day and go, I'm a Scentsy consultant, I'm a Scentsy consultant. We'd been a couple of times. We were having like somebody's birthday and we were having like a get together. So I did bring some sample packs, probably on my second or third visit. And it was one Saturday afternoon, like everyone had a drink, I had my Scentsy Fresh, so I kind of gave out some sample packs. By the end of the evening, I was spraying Scentsy Fresh, or the kids were spraying Scentsy Fresh on people's blankets and stuff. And then just naturally, like, conversations have started. Some people are now my customers. I'm just trying to think. The waitress, so last weekend, some of you will have heard this on another live that I did, but we went away to Lincolnshire for Dan's niece's christening. We stayed in a lovely hotel. It was just like, it was a pub that just had like some rooms converted upstairs. Again, exactly the same situation as to what has happened tonight. The waitress in the hotel was a really genuinely lovely girl. We went down for breakfast. It was a little bit delayed. She came out. She talked to the kids. She was very, very personable. She made sure Finley had like the little cereal boxes to play with. So at the end, I said to her, I was like, I had some sample packs in the car, and I said, I'd like to give you this. Like, you've given us brilliant customer service. And she was like, oh, what is it? And I told her, I said, like, this is our business. Have you heard of Scentsy? No, I haven't. What did she say? It smells like a sweet shop or something.
Yeah.
So I said, I'd love to, like, it's been lovely to meet you. And again, I went, are you on Facebook? She took my phone, took a picture of us. And then I said, oh, like, add yourself in. And basically, since I've got home, I followed up with her. I've added her into my customer group. I asked her if she liked the samples. She said, oh, you know, they smelled lovely. She said, you look lovely, you know, and going to the christening. And we've had a few messages back and forth. And she's liked some of the stuff in my customer group. So I've built a relationship with her.
I was just going to say that you've not just gone straight in
With the
with
kill.
with Scentsy. Laura's building a relationship and that familiarity
And
with each other.
she absolutely next week might remove herself from my customer group and I'll never hear from her again. But she might not. I might follow up with her and be like, you know, how are you getting on? And she might be like, oh my god, I've smelled the samples. But if you don't try, you don't know.
Every new person you meet is a potential new customer or a potential new team member.
Yeah, definitely. And as well, I was thinking about as well, we said this earlier about, think about the places that you go. This is a bit of an American saying, but where do you frequent? Where do you go frequently? Over and over again, where you're seeing the same people. Like, if you go to your doctor's surgery once every 2 weeks to go and pick up a prescription for someone that you know, you probably get to know the receptionist. That's somebody that you can take samples to, you can thank for their hard work. I watched a live the other day and someone said, oh, I've actually, she did a fundraiser for all the people in the for all the like receptionists in the doctor's surgery to make sure that they all got a mini warmer and wax for free. And she did a fundraiser locally for them. You know, there's lots of things that you can do. Think about, you know, like if you go to the same supermarket, you've got a corner shop that you go to that's the same person that works there, the same petrol garage.
The post office.
The woman that works in the petrol garage, weirdly, Ellis had a girlfriend, and Mike and the girlfriend's dad, they didn't realise at the time, but they both went to get coffee at the same time every morning. And I was like, you need that? He didn't know that it was Ellis's girlfriend at the time. And then it was only when he see the car, he was like, Ellis went, oh yeah, that's Summer's like dad. And I was like, seriously, you need to be having a conversation about Scentsy at some point here because, you know, you're seeing the same person over and over again. Like they talk at the coffee machine every morning about work or the weather or whatever. And it's the same with you guys. You probably have conversations with people that you don't know, but you know them.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's loads of people I can go, I don't know her, but I know her.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're the people that are not in your warm market that you want to be breaking into.
Yeah. And what's really, really important is all the above we've just given you, none of that is on social media.
No.
We live in a world now where social media is so prevalent, and I understand it's like massively a part of our business, but the amount of people that go, oh, I'm not getting anywhere in my business, what have you done? I've posted on Facebook. That's not working.
Yeah.
That's not working your business. You need to literally imagine Facebook closed down tomorrow for a month. Would you still have a business to go back to? If the answer's no, you need to change that. Like, if Facebook shut down for tomorrow, if I'm completely honest, I'd breathe a sigh of relief. I'd be like, oh, I've got a bit of, like, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but it means you've got to work outside of the box, because it would then push me to go, right, I need to drill into my WhatsApp broadcast list. Because I do have a business away from Facebook, and it's really, really important to just think, I've posted on social media today, that's it. Like, there is so much more to this business than that.
I think with social media is becoming harder and harder as well, isn't it? The algorithms are literally
And I was going to say, if you're noticing that, like I'm noticing on my social media, like whereas before the views within my Facebook page would be a minimum of 200-300 people, like now some of my posts are saying 80 people have seen your picture or your story or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, nowhere near as many people have seen it as they were before. So that makes it more difficult to network. So number one, I thought, well, I can't rely on my Facebook, but number two, I'm now thinking, okay, so if people aren't seeing it on my Scentsy page, how else can I network in social media? Like I can do my stuff outside of social media, but how can I do it within? So I've given a borough bag to a lady today. I knew I was going away, so I left hubby with instructions to leave it outside the front door at a certain time.
She rang twice
just to check, to make sure she can come and pick it up. And I've said to her, when you're sniffing all the little sniffy pots tonight, can you do a little picture with it and put it on your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever? That is me getting free networking from my customer.
Yes.
I've done nothing other than say, enjoy your sniffy pots, have the bag, just post a picture. That's free networking, and that will enable me to gain new followers or new interactions with people, because there are people on her personal pages that aren't on my page that I wouldn't have been able to get access to in any other way. So if your customer has a borough bag, if your customer's just got an order, if somebody's booked a party, whatever it is, then say to your customer, do you know what, it really would mean a lot to me if you were just to pop a little post on your Instagram, on your stories, or on your Facebook, or whatever it is, to tell people about it, because actually for me that's a really incredible way to grow my business. And if I say that to my customers are like, oh god, yeah, of course. And it's when my customers don't do it, it's my fault because I'm not asking. As soon as I actually ask them, they're like, yeah, of course, that's literally no problem at all, I'll pop it on there, and they do it in an instant. And so I need to remember, and we should all remember this, to get into that habit of saying to people, can you pop it on your Facebook? Can you pop it on your Instagram?
It's a simple follow-up, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's basically
100%.
part of your follow-up system. It is to
100%.
ask people, you're not asking them to chop off their leg or give blood or any of the above. And you're not even asking them to buy more Scentsy. All you're asking them to do is take a picture with your phone and upload it. And if you can't do that, take a picture, send it to me, I'll upload it
And I'll upload, exactly.
Definitely. And the lovely Liz, I don't know if she's on here tonight because she did only join this morning, and I fully know she wouldn't mind me talking about these, has ended up joining the business through networking. So basically, we had our garden done recently, which I'm sure a lot of you lovely people will have seen, and it's amazing. But so the guy that did our garden, Mitchell, we knew him through a mutual friend. He did a company, and then when they were at our house for 4 weeks, and his guy that worked with him, George, didn't know him. Obviously, he was coming to our house every day for 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks. Again, was playing with the interacting with the kids, got to know him from being in our house. I gave them a sample pack. George lived with his mum. He went home, gave his mum a sample pack. She loved the products. She had a fragrance flower. Da-da-da-da-da. Long story short, that was me networking. Again, nothing to do with social media at that point. Me networking. We have then connected on Instagram, and she has joined. And that is through me giving her son a sample pack to take home. From me having a conversation.
So 2 months ago, you didn't know her?
No, him.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So it is
like trying to find as many people as possible that you basically don't already know.
And also,
and that's the bottom line of it, isn't it?
And understanding, you need to flip your mindset round to whether it's from a product perspective or a sponsoring perspective. What you are offering people is absolutely incredible. You're not trying to sign them into a cult or whatever people think it is. You know what I mean? Or you're not getting them to sign away their life savings. One, you're offering them stuff that's going to make their house, car, washing, dog, whatever else smell amazing. Or you're offering them an amazing opportunity. So don't just be proud of that. What you're offering them is absolutely incredible.
And do you know what? Don't overthink it as well, because in all walks of life, people are going to say no to you for various things. It's not a no to you personally, or I don't like you, no, I'm saying no to you. People might just say no because it's not on their radar right now, and that's fine. It's not going to affect your life if somebody says no. If I said to somebody, would you like a sample pack, and they said no, I'd be like, okay, cool, I'll just offer it to someone else. It's not a personal attack on you. I think, Lisa, you always gave an example of when you go to McDonald's and someone says, would you like to go large on your fries? If you don't
feel offended.
You don't get upset.
Ask me to go large. Who must think I love large fries?
Equally,
give me that large.
But if you then say no, the person at McDonald's doesn't go, oh my god, that's embarrassing. Oh my
god, they said no. I'm gonna go slit my wrists.
Oh my god. It's just it's just a word. I think once you get over that barrier of just accepting that no is a word, and some people are going to say no to you in life. Like it's literally not a big deal. And if someone says no, you're like, okay, cool, happy days, and you'll ask the next person. Because in my head, I flick the switch now to think, if they say no, I think, well, more for you. That's now all I think in my head. I think more for you, because you literally had no idea what a gold mine is.
Just a no right now, isn't it?
Yeah,
Just a
exactly.
no right now.
Opportunity. That's what it stands for.
Exactly. And God, the amount of people in my team that said no to me, like a lot. They said no to me a lot. And if I, every time they said no, didn't continue to ask them or follow up, I wouldn't be sat here as the superstar director now, because I know one of them was Wendy. Wendy said no to me lots of times. And if I hadn't continued to ask her, then I wouldn't have the wonderful Wendy in my team, who wouldn't have become a director, who wouldn't have grown a wonderful team and given me so much like knowledge and inspiration and stuff like that. If I had gone, oh my gosh, she said no, that's awkward, I'm not going to ask her again, then I wouldn't be sat where I am today. So you've got to get over that barrier of thinking, oh my God, no is such a horrible word. Because I think I've said it so many times in training. If you send a message to a customer and say, hey hon, I just wanted to check in and see, I just wanted to check in and see if you need a little wax top up, and they go, no, actually, do you know what, I'm fine now, I've still got plenty of wax. You don't think, oh God, that's awkward, I'm never going to ask them if they want wax again. They said no. You just go, okay, cool, no worries, I'll check in next month. There's absolutely no difference to asking people about joining. There's absolutely no difference to speaking to someone you've met in a shop and going, hey, I think your customer service is absolutely amazing, would you like one of my sample packs? There's literally no difference. If someone says no, they say no. It's not a kick in the teeth, it's not a, oh my God, why did you ask me? It's literally just a word, and once you get over that word, you will feel so much more confident in networking with people.
And it becomes like a bit of an addiction. It becomes like a buzz. Like when somebody, like, you know, when they actually do, you know, you connect and then you have that connection, and it's like, yes, this actually works.
Yeah.
Like what we talk about actually works.
Yes. And I think as well, as soon as you see the numbers start to grow in your customer group, or as soon as they take those sample packs, or you start to get to reach out to new people, straight away you're like, oh, hold on a minute, they were talking sense. Like, this is how we've done it. We haven't done it just on posting on our Facebook, or, you know, if we did, I think my business would look really different.
Exactly.
I'm not
Do
gonna
you
lie.
know what as well? I think one of the quickest way to network with people, and I had this week on my Instagram with a girl who, I say she's my family, she's my auntie's husband's daughter. They're not married anymore, so I haven't seen her for years and years and years, and we've connected on Instagram again. We've been chatting back and forth. I've not mentioned Scentsy. I've not said to her, oh, I do Scentsy, anything like that. We've just chit-chatted back and forth. And I said to her, what do you do now? Because I know her next question will be, what do you do?
Exactly.
And then that starts a conversation with Scentsy. So I've not been spammy. I've not tried to sell her Scentsy. I've not gone, oh my God, you should join my team. I've literally said, what do you do? Because I know she will respond and say, what do you do? So if you feel awkward about having these conversations, then when you're speaking to people, don't say, by the way, I do Scentsy. Just say to them, what do you do? And they'll go, oh, I do X, Y, and Z.
If you go, by the way, I do Scentsy like that, they're going to think you're weird. Just saying. Just saying.
Although there was a sign outside the restaurant tonight that said,
do you want to join my team?
Do you want to join my team? Yeah, we'll post a picture.
But literally, if you say to somebody, whether it's someone you see every day but haven't had a conversation with, or someone you've not seen in years, and you say, what do you do? I can guarantee they will say to you, what do you do? That's what they will respond to you with.
Unless they're rude. Unless they're rude.
And at that point, that is where you are damn proud to be a Scentsy consultant. Because I
100%.
fully know there will be people watch this that will go,
I'm a home fragrance specialist. Okay?
That's what you are. Be proud to be a home fragrance specialist, a Scentsy consultant. Don't be like, I just do this like Scentsy network marketing.
We're not one of those network marketing companies that will not say where we're from. It's my biggest bugbear when you go onto Instagram and you're scrolling through someone's page and they talk about the company I'm with and the compensation and the company I'm partnered with, and I'm a business partner, and you're like, who the bloody hell? We are proud to be Scentsy consultants. Like that's what we do. We're proud to be home fragrance specialists. So it's a bit of a mouthful.
Although it was funny, I've just got to say this. When we were at the park yesterday, Laura Jerkins, didn't she? She'd walked off with the boys to the toilet, and she said it's really interesting like how children perceive what we do, because Harry and forgive me, what's Laura's son called?
Was it Henry or
Harry and Henry? And we're walking back from the toilet, and they were in front, and apparently Laura heard them go. She's like, they said, oh, what does your mum do this wax thing as well? And Harry apparently went, it's called Scentsy, just call it Scentsy. And then he went, yeah, my dad does betting and my mum does Scentsy. And I went, what? And I went, you just said we run our own business. And they were like, what? The other boys were then like, well, it's not your business because it's Scentsy's business. And we were like, well, no, it's our own businesses. And they were like, well, it's not because you don't make the wax. And we were like, oh my God.
Alice was like, you're a middle person. Like, how dare you? Being like,
but what I mean is like, look at it at the simplicity from like a child's eyes. If somebody said to them, what does your mum and dad do?
She sells wax.
She sells wax. Like, tell people what you do. Like, keep it simple, be proud of it. Look at it through the eyes of a child. By the way, Dan, oh God, people will be thinking, Dad does betting? What's that? Like,
another day, that's a story.
That's another story. But
we should wrap up, shouldn't we, really?
yeah, we should probably wrap up because, yeah, we've probably been on longer than we anticipate. But yeah, basically, in a nutshell, let's wrap up. So, get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Understand your business isn't going to grow unless you speak to more people and tell. It's not about the people that you know now. It's all about the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Oh, I was going to say something else about... sorry, and that's why when people say like, oh, the market's saturated, there's too many consultants. Just in Essex alone, there are something like 1.8 million people, okay? Not every person, like, not every Scents consultant knows all them people. There are enough people to go around, believe me.
And equally, when people say it's saturated, oh, everyone does Scentsy, the amount of people, when they've said, what do you do? And I say Scentsy, and they're like, what's that?
Yeah.
I love it.
And so I think, oh my God, like, there are so many people who literally have no clue what it is. And unless you're having these conversations, you'll never find those people. So you have to start having those conversations.
You've got to look at every person that you're like walking
100%.
through the street and be like, oh, they'd be good at selling Scentsy. Oh, she'd be good at doing Scentsy. You've got to have your Scentsy blinkers on. I remember doing a training with Tam once, and she said, you've got to put your Scentsy rose tinted glasses on and be looking at everybody like a customer or a teammate. And you know, eventually, the more people you can ask, some people will say yes, some people will say no, some people will ghost you, but the more you ask, the bigger your business will grow. And you've got to use your mouth.
And the thing is, if you're getting to that point, and I know there are so many people that say, oh, just my PRV, like, I just can never get past a certain point. I'm stuck all the time at, I don't know, 700 PRV, and I want to get to lead, but I can't quite get it. If you're finding that your business, you're selling to the same people, and it's literally just doing this, you're never going to grow, because there is only, I mean, we love Scentsy, like, we will get every new warmer going, but the majority of people, unless they're a consultant, will be like, well, actually, I've got my 5 warmers in my house, so I'll buy a bit of wax from you, but there's only so much they're going to get. If you're getting to that point and your customer's like, no, I don't need anything, and you are scraping for orders, then you need to network. Because there's only so far your wall market can go. So you have to get comfortable with asking more people and approaching more people. And if you don't feel comfortable having those conversations, then get out and party. Yes. Because you are naturally in an environment where you will have those conversations, because those people have come to that house and they are going to be looking at most people, even if they had no interest, they'll buy something to support their friend who's having a Scentsy party, and then they're going to fall in love with it. And then that's 5 or 10 people that you wouldn't have known yesterday that you're then going to know. And that is where then your new customer base comes in, because those 10 people will then tell their mum and their sister, and that's then when a whole new leg of your customer base then grows, and that's where the big PRV starts coming in. When I look at my biggest PRV months, it's when I was partying, whether that be online or in person.
I miss it.
Like, literally like that, I'd be like, oh, like in 2 days I've done like 1,000 PRV.
Yeah. Get out partying. We can now party. I know you talked about this I know we're in Scent Squad here, but I know you talked about this the other morning, and this is something I was planning to come on and talk about in the next couple of days. When people joined the business, okay, it used to just be the norm, because obviously a lot of you guys have joined in lockdown. It used to just be the norm. You join the business, you do a launch party. You join the business, you do a launch party. If you're sponsoring somebody and you're close enough to them to go help them, you go and help them do their launch party. You help them launch online. Do a launch party. Get in a room with people, because what will then happen is, one, you're launching that business to the world. That person's friends and family are seeing that person has then earned, or the hostess or whatever has earned, I don't know, £100 in free credit. Then that person over there is going, I want a bit of that pie. I want to have a party. I want to have a party. And that is, like the girl said, that is how my business grew, was having parties. 100%. And that is my goal for on the run up to Christmas. I want to get back out partying, because there's just nothing like it.
No.
I feel like There's something coming because this is just
I was
drawing a
just
picture.
going to really quickly say before Lisa goes on to that. If you're like, I can't get a party, then host a party yourself.
Yeah.
Me and Laura had this conversation tonight, and she went, I'm going to do an open house. And I was like, yes.
Curling's by
I'm going to
this.
do an open house as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what? If you can't get a party, if you literally like no one will have a party, then have a goddamn party yourself.
Yes.
Say to people, I'm opening my house. Come to my house anytime from
Come
7
party
p.m.
with me.
Come have a glass of bubbles. I'll have all my Scentsy out. And do you know what? Say to them, bring your sister, bring your mum, bring your neighbour,
Bring a
whoever.
friend and have a free scent
Knock
circle.
on your neighbour's doors and say, do you want to come round and have a nosy in my house? They'll come and have a nosy because people are nosy. Get people into your house. Have an open house. If you literally can't get anyone to have your borrow bag or you can't get anyone to party,
Yes, Sarah.
then get them into your house instead. Do that yourself.
I've got a feeling my phone might be about to die.
He's just drawn us a
This
picture.
is a visual for you because we talked today about
Oh yeah,
different
she's
types of
taught us
learners.
something
Right.
today.
So, you can see this.
Take
This is a
forward.
Jessie Lee thing, right? This is a funnel. So imagine this is like your customer group. If your
She
customer
wasn't
group...
an art teacher, by the way.
I've got a B in GCSER. I've got a B in GCSER. This is a funnel, right? So this is your customer group. If you've only got these customers in there and this is where you're delivering, join my team, have a party, do this, do that. They're the only ones that are going to see it. You need to be filling this funnel as many people. It needs to look like this. This is what Jessie Lee said. I'm not
Yes.
pissed, by the way.
No, we're really not. We've just eaten so much
It
food.
needs to look like loads of people. You need to be putting new people in that funnel all the time. Oh my god, my phone's died.
Lisa's
my
phone's
phone's
gone. Mine's
Right,
going to go
it's
in a
okay,
minute.
okay. But and also,
Yes, Laura. Housewarming Scentsy party. Perfect excuse.
Also, you are literally one of the biggest things about networking, and one of the most beautiful things about this business and about life in general is the power of human connection. I mentioned this on my training last night. There is nothing more beautiful in life than the power of human connection and meeting people from different backgrounds, from different upbringings, they have different life stories. You learn so much from meeting new people. That is like one of the most beautiful things in the world. Meet people that have travelled around the world, or have done this, or have got different
100%,
stories,
yeah.
and you
100%.
learn from them.
And you get a buzz from them
You
as
do.
well.
Yeah. There's just nothing like
And the
it.
thing is, when you do meet new people, you don't sit there and feel uncomfortable and go, oh, I don't know if I should talk to them about how many kids I've got and ask them how many kids they've got or what they do for a job. But you don't sit there and think, oh, I shouldn't ask this or I shouldn't. So why do you sit there and go, oh, I don't know if I should tell them I do Scentsy? It's literally no different. If you were a nurse and they went, what do? You wouldn't go, oh, I'm a nurse. You'd go, oh my God, I'm a nurse, because you're really proud of it.
Yeah.
So there's no different when you say, what do you do? I do blah, blah. What do you do? I do Scentsy. Just be proud and talk about it, because that enters into the conversation. And they might go, oh, I know people that do Scentsy, blah, 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 blah. Or they might go, oh, I don't know what that is. What is that? And then, as we've said before, that is networking. And then they might go, oh my God, like, I love candles, but I won't have them in my house because of my baby. And then you can go, brilliant, okay, great. Here's a sample pack. They tell their mum, they tell their sister, they tell their next door neighbour. All of a sudden, you've got 5 new people.
Winner.
Winner, winner.
Chicken
That's how
dinner.
it's done. That is how it's done. Right, guys, what time is it? Oh, we're not done too bad. It's 10 o'clock. Right, we're going to have a cup of tea and eat loads of chocolate and watch Love.
Thank you to all of you that have tuned in this late at night.
Yeah, I hope this was helpful. If you're watching this on replay, obviously write #replay in the comments. We will upload this to YouTube as well. But yeah.
Your one. Because mine's run out.
Yeah, but it's alright, we can fund it, it's fine. But it's just really, really important to understand that to grow your business, you need to grow as a person and grow your network. Be absolutely brave, because you can do it. Good night. Good night.
Night.
Good night. Lots of love, and we will speak to you soon.
Bye.
See you later.